What's up guys, my name is Warwick. In the tutorial today, we're going to be going through some beginner tips on how to record your guitar. This will basically be a follow-up to the video I made first, where I showed you guys how to set up your guitar in FL Studio. So if you are unsure of how to actually set up your guitar, I would recommend watching that video first. I will leave a link in the description. And then once you've actually got your guitar communicating with FL Studio, I would then recommend starting off with this video. All right, guys, for those who have actually got your guitar communicating with FL Studio, the purpose of this video is now what to do next. So from the video I first did, you guys have asked basically a bunch of questions there, so I want to try and address as many of those questions and just to kind of help you guys to get started jamming as soon as possible. All right, so let us start first. One of the main ones was basically how do I add effects to the guitar while I am playing? So let us hit F9 again to bring up our mixer rack. Let me drag it through here. All right, as we can see here, our guitar is currently routed to channel 1. If I play my guitar, sorry about that. All right, yeah, you can hear something is coming through. So one of the plugins I really like to use is called Guitar Rig. You can see I've got it loaded up here. So what you would do to load up the plugin, if you are unsure, is to click on the channel that your guitar is currently linked to. Then you're going to click on one of these slots here. I've just got it linked on slot 2, but you can click on any one here, and then you will load Guitar Rig from your list here. If you don't have Guitar Rig, you guys can look for other free distortion plugins, things like that, and then you will be able to load it in through here. All right, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Guitar Rig, or how to use it through Guitar Rig, because it's just what I like to use. Also, if you don't have Guitar Rig, I think Native Instruments has a free version of it on their site at the moment. It will be slightly limited, but it does have a lot of the functionality and it is still free, so that is still really cool. All right, so the first thing let's go through when we're looking at Guitar Rig, why I like to use it and why I've chosen this plugin to address some of the things you guys have asked, is the first thing what I really like is it has a built-in tuner already. So I've just got one of my presets here that I like loaded on, but if we click on the tuner up here, we can see, okay, I've already got it loaded. There, it's up. You'll see there. You got your tuner. Now, if we play one of our strings, there we go. And you can see it's showing us that we are in E. All right. So that's really the first thing that I like about Guitar Rig is that built-in tuner. If we follow my mouse over here to where it says gate, this is another nice one. It has a noise gate. So maybe your cable is giving a little bit of like a scratchy sound when you've got it plugged in, or maybe some of the distortions that you load up through Guitar Rig or whatever else has a bit of distortion. It's bringing through a bit of that background noise. You can then play with the gate and basically just turn it up until that background noise goes away when you're not actually hitting any of the strings. And that will really help address getting rid of that noise. Okay, so if you don't have Guitar Rig, like I say, there are a lot of other free VSTs to buy or other ones that you can purchase. I know a lot of the guys also, they wanted to know, can I add like the reverb plugins and things like that straight onto the same channel rack? Of course, you can do that also. Yeah, so now the next thing I'd like to address is actually the metronome. Sounds like quite a boring topic, but especially if we're going to be recording, it's quite important. So again, if we bring through our mixer, you can see now currently when I hit, let me just hit play. You can see there the metronome is currently going through channel 20. All right, I think when FL defaults the mixer to slot number 1, I want to show you guys where you can change that. I found that in channel 1, I didn't really like it there because I use channel 1 a lot, so then you're adjusting the volume of the whatever instrument you've actually put into channel 1, and then it lowers the volume of the metronome and whatnot also. So if you go to, sorry, let me just show you guys, follow my mouse here. If we go to options, in audio options, we'll see here, preview mixer track, and it's got the number 20. So that is your metronome. So you guys can then put that wherever you'd like, and then whatever channel basically works for you. So then when you hit play, and now what's nice is you can also lower the volume of the metronome while recording, because the metronome can get really irritating, obviously. All right, that was one of the other things that you guys asked a lot about. When recording, something that I've made, a mistake I've made in the past, and I could see some of the other guys have made this also, be careful not to record on your master channel, which is this one here where my mouse is currently selected. When you're recording on your master channel, you're not only going to record the guitar, you're going to record everything that's currently playing. So if a metronome's playing, maybe you have some other instruments also that you're playing, that's playing while you are just wanting to record the guitar. It's going to record everything. So be careful, like I say, not to put your guitar or any instrument on the master channel. You guys must leave that master channel. Always select any other plugin. Any other channel. Make sure you click on it, and then you select the way like I showed you in the previous video. All right, guys, sorry about that. I just had to stop the recorder for a moment. The next topic I want to talk about is latency or lag. So the more plugins we add on the mixer rack here, where our plugin is, where our guitar is currently recording through, the more likely we are to encounter a bit of latency while playing. So as you're strumming the guitar, it's not going to come through the speakers immediately, and obviously that can be extremely frustrating and difficult to play. So ways that you can try and combat that, obviously hardware is your best option, so you will need a good PC with good RAM. The better quality sound card you have will obviously help combat that also. But another thing that you can do is come here to your options, audio settings, and then you're going to look at your buffer length. So if we click here, my buffer length at the moment, because I'm recording my screen also while we're doing this tutorial, I've had to change my settings a little bit. But normally I would want to keep it as short as possible, so 256. So the shortest the buffer length, the least amount of latency you're going to get. If we had to click on 248 now and play, it's almost going to sound like the guitar is pretty much going to sound delayed. And that's obviously really frustrating to play with. Every sound driver will have a slightly different looking user interface over here, but it's all the same concept, guys. You want to keep your buffer length as low as you can, so to avoid any forms of latency. All right. So we have basically shown you guys how to set up and record the guitar, how to add some effects. I think the next thing that I never really addressed and I didn't really think of the first time I made the video is what to actually do with the recorded audio file once that you've actually recorded it. So let me just pick up my guitar here for a moment. All right, so as we can see here, when we look at the track, the guitar is receiving a signal. If we look at the bottom here, this icon is red, so we know that it is armed and it is ready to record. So I can close my mixer here. So let us just get ready to record something. Make sure when recording that you have selected the song icon over here to make sure that it actually records into the playlist. Then our tempo is at 148 beats per minute. And our metronome it's highlighted here, so we know that it is on. So now that nice little tip again, just in case you forgot, just to hit R. You can see as we hit R on the keyboard, the recording icon is highlighted now. So now that gives us time to get comfortable with our guitar, press spacebar, and get ready to record. Please bear in mind that when I'm recording this, it will probably be out of time to the metronome, again, because of the different sound card drivers I've had to use for the recording purposes of this video. Okay, just something nice and simple and easy just for the recording's sake. Okay, so we can hit R again to make sure that we take the recording off the actual icon. And now when we select the actual, or let's just play the audio file just to make sure that everything works. Okay, you can hear that it's a little bit out, but anyway, it's not really the point of this. So now if we double click on the audio file, you see here it brings up some options for us. So now we want to come here where it says track, and we can pull that up to any track on the mixer that we know is free. So let's just put it in channel 2 because we know nothing is in there. So now we can open up the mixer again. And now when we hit play, you'll see there, as we're in channel 2 now, you're going to see the audio file is going to play in channel 2. All right, so now obviously the benefits of this is now we can properly manipulate the file. We can add our EQs, we can pan it left to right if we want to, all sorts of things. So this is how you will now build up your track. I will always recommend to get into the habit of labeling your stuff so you can make sure you've selected the track over here, hit F2 on your keyboard, and then you can write there guitar 1 or whatever you want to label it. And then you can get, and you'll see there it's written here, guitar 1 at the bottom. And then you guys can get into the habit of actually building up your track as it goes along. All right, guys, those are all the tips that I have for you today. I hope that this has been useful to you. One last thing I wanted to share with you guys, just to help get you jamming, because I'm sure at the start, I know at least for me, you know, all I wanted to really do was just to play. I wasn't worried about mixing or like making full songs at the moment. All I know is I wanted to play. So a nice plugin I would recommend for you guys. Again, it's this is also a free plugin, which is really cool. Let me load it up for you. Okay, the plugin, it is called, where is it here? MT Power Drum Kit. All right, guys, once the plugin is loaded up, you'll see it comes to this screen here. It basically is just asking you for a donation, but otherwise you can just click skip, and then you have access to the plugin 100% free. Now, what's cool about this plugin is you can just get some really nice drum grooves going really quickly. And so if you just want to jam, like I say, this is perfect for that. So we can choose, let's make our tempo at about 120. Then we can go, we click on the groove icon, and now we've got all different types of grooves at all different types of styles and whatever that you can go through yourself. But I'm just going to show you the basic of how to use this. So if we click on one of the folders here, I'm just going to choose anyone. You can then basically drag this down here into where it says composer. Then that will be 1, 2, 3 bars. So in order to have like a loop effect, if you get what I'm saying, you want to have 4 bars of music. So what's really cool is on the right hand side here, after every groove, it's on the right hand side here, it's got fills also. So now we can drag down a fill, and then when we play, so you can see how I mean by you want a 4-bar groove. All right, so now what you want to do in order to be able to use this actually in the playlist and to just chuck on as and use as some drums, you can just move it across here. So now you can just click on anywhere here in the composer, click on, even if it just highlights the first option, it's fine, and then drag it back into this icon here, the channel rack. And now you'll see there's some icons that have been filled in. So now if we play through the pattern, so if we click here, the pattern button, and we hit play, see now it's playing actually over here. So now what we can do is we come here, we can select pattern 1, or another way to do it is you can select over here also pattern 1, and then you drag it here into your playlist. And Let's just get rid of that. Now you can make a copy of that by holding down Shift and then selecting it, making another copy, make another copy. You can basically do that for as long as you'd like. And now what's really cool is, excuse me, we can hit play. Oh, sorry. First, make sure that if you follow my mouse here, you want to have the song icon selected. You see that as soon as you hit song, that little green icon appears here. So now when we hit play, it's actually going to play what's in the playlist over here. So what we can now do is if we want to record along to the drums, we can now bring up our mixer again by hitting F9. If we come here to our guitar, we can still see here on the guitar rack that it is highlighted and it is red. So we are ready to record. So now we can minimize that. Hit R again, highlight that the recording button, and then we can hit we can hit record and actually play along to the drums. What I would recommend when doing this, guys, is you can now turn off your metronome basically, and now we wait for it to count us in, and it will record the guitar. Yeah, so you guys get it. Now we've got an audio file here, and again, you can then, like I showed you guys early on, you can double click, highlight it, drag it into any channel you'd like, and basically you can start building up your track. So guys, thank you very much. That is it for the video today. I really appreciate the support on the first video I made on how to actually set up the guitar. So I hope this video can be as useful to you guys. Please leave a like and drop a comment. If there's anything else you'd like me to cover, or if there's anything that you didn't fully understand in this video, please drop a comment and ask. I replied to everyone in my previous video, and I really don't mind helping you guys out again. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Remember to subscribe, and yeah, peace.